Hi there, folks. I hope you're all doing good. So it's that time of the month again where I'll do my blog and I'll do a wee sort of video along with that. So my blog this month is on selling, or how much does it cost to sell your property at auction. Now, the reason I've chosen that subject is hopefully you may have seen that we have recently changed our offering, and certainly for the summer anyway, we're running a promotion where we'll sell your property free of charge. So you'll have no seller's fee to pay, which is obviously brilliant for you guys, with nothing to pay, the likes of ourselves. So as always, when you do an offer like that, you get sort of questions as to can it really be free, or how's it free, or how does that work, and what will it actually cost to sell my house. So I just thought I'd do a wee video, as I say, just to run over the actual sort of costs involved and what you'll still have to pay. So the first thing I would say, in short, the reason that we can afford to do, or the reason we will do a zero seller's fee, is when selling a property at auction, it's very common for buyers to pay the fee. So essentially what we are saying is that's where we'll get paid. We'll get paid the money from the buyer's fee, meaning that we don't need to take a payment from the seller. So again, which is great. So that's effectively how it works in short. So moving on from that though, in terms of what you will have to pay or what you still have to do, and if it will cost you nothing to sell, then I thought I'd just run over a few wee things for you. So the first thing to say, obviously, getting your property ready for auction. I spoke about that in a previous blog. So if you have a look on the website in it last month, you'll see there that in terms of getting your property ready, you don't really have to spend anything. A clean, a clear, a declutter, and fixing up any communal areas doesn't really come at any expense, but goes a long way to getting your property look ready for sale. So that's the first thing. So nothing really to pay there. So in terms of what you will have to do, a home report along with your EPC. So they are still needed for auction sales. We do still get questions sometimes. Do I need a home report for it's an auction sale though? So do we need one? You do still need one. It's under Scots law that you require a home report when selling a residential property in Scotland. So yes, a home report is needed still. Put aside from the fact that, as I say, it's a legal requirement now, you would also need to get one done to give your property a chance of selling it. If you've got a terrific property you want to sell, whoever's buying it, then they'll want to do their research, and as part of that, they want to see the home report. So first thing to do, or you will need to get, sorry, is a home report with your EPC. Now, as with anything that I'm going to speak about in terms of costs involved, if you shop about, you'll be able to get cheaper or maybe a more suitable company for you. And so the figures I'm giving you here, don't take them as gospel. Don't quote me on them. I'm just trying to give you a ballpark idea of what you're likely to have to spend. So for a home report, I think realistically you'll be able to pick one up. Obviously, should stress as well, this is dependent on the size and cost of your property. But for say a property under £100,000, you're probably looking at a ballpark figure of say £300 ish. You might shave a bit off that, might look a wee bit onto that, but as a ballpark figure, I think about £300 is probably a fair amount that you'd have to spend. But again, just to reiterate, that would be required regardless of your method of sale. So whether it's auction or the open market, you will need a home report. So that's the first thing done. So home report you would need to get. After that, all you're really looking at is your solicitor costs. So where selling auction again is possibly a wee bit different, in that you'd have to get legal pack created to allow any prospective buyers to do their due diligence before putting an offer in. So for that, you really wanted a solicitor who can put together a copy of your title, as well as the contract of sale, along with any special conditions of sale they may want to put in. So again, for that, again, you're not talking huge sums of money, relatively talking, obviously, but for your solicitor to do legal pack, create legal pack for you, sorry, you're probably looking at about a starting price of around about a couple £100. Just one wee sort of note of caution for that though is that I would say it's always worthwhile having a conversation with a solicitor. That there is a number of firms, particularly online, where you could maybe get really cheap legal pack creation, which is great, and if they can do it for you, then that's fantastic. Just maybe have a wee conversation with them. No, make sure you're happy with them, make sure you're comfortable with them. Find out what sort of timescales they're working to. A lot of time, if you're selling a property at auction, you might want to be acting quickly, whereas if they're a really cheap company, they might have a bit of a backlog and it might take longer. So it's in essence a bit of a false economy going with someone too cheap. But as I say, so shop around, ask the right questions and see how busy they are, how quickly they can work for you, and see if they're the right company for you. Cheaper isn't always better, but that's obviously relative to your own circumstances. So you've got the home report done, you've got the legal pack created, your property is pretty much good to go in terms of marketing it and getting it ready for the auction, which is great. So the next thing, so the property's gone to auction, we've sold it, and everyone's happy with the price, etc. The next thing that you'd really have to do is pay your solicitor for conveyancing. Now, you'll probably find that the solicitor you pick for the legal pack, they'll bundle the prices together, but just to give you an idea of costs again. So for the cost for a conveyancer, or sorry, solicitor to do conveyancing, you're probably looking around about a ballpark figure of around about £500-ish. Again, don't quote me on that. You might be able to shave a wee bit off that. Solicitors, if you want if the one you like might want a bit more than that, but as a ballpark figure, you're probably looking at about £500. But again, speak to solicitors to compare prices, shop about, and hopefully you can get one that's suitable for you. That's really it from a cost perspective. You're looking at get the property ready, which doesn't have to cost you anything really, like I mentioned. Get your home report and EPC. Get the legal pack done for the marketing to allow buyers to do their due diligence, and then get your conveyancing done. And that's really the cost involved for selling your property at auction. Which, so all in all, it's not huge sums of money. Again, relatively talking. What I would say is, though, I'm very sort of mindful of people sometimes come to auction and that they maybe can't afford these money, or they maybe already spent a lot of money on marketing properties to get to this stage. If you really want to put the property to auction but you can't afford these sums, pick up the phone to us, give us a call, get in touch, and we will happily speak to firms on your behalf and see if we can try and negotiate some sort of deal where maybe you would pay for that after. Can't give any promises, but yeah, certainly have that conversation with us, and if there is any way that we can help you, then we would be happy to do so. So I think that pretty much covers off all the costs involved in selling your houses. So hopefully that's put a bit of your mind at ease, and hopefully explains a wee bit that it's not as expensive to sell at auction as what people think. As I say, there is no catch when we say we'll do it for you free of charge. We will sell your property for free and we'll just get paid by the buyer. That's essentially it. So hopefully that's been useful for you. If you do want to have a chat about this, you can obviously get us on in the office on 0131 322 8550, or you can send us an email at, you want to send me an email directly if you want, which is craig@greendoorpropertyauctions.co.uk. Keep an eye on our website for all new properties coming up. So that's obviously www.greendoorpropertyauctions.co.uk. Likewise, we're on all social media, so you'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, places like that. So as always, any likes, retweets, shares, anything like that, you'll know the drill, and that's very much appreciated. But yeah, thanks for your time, guys. Catch you. Bye.